In this video, we are talking about the original Subaru WRX that dominated the Goodwood Festival of Speed. And it isn't this one. We'll get into it later in the video. Anyways, Subaru Motorsport USA recently made headlines with the release of the Project Midnight WRX. Instead of the flashy blue and yellow livery that Subarus are known for, this car murdered out the colors with an all-black, no-nonsense look to match the midnight darkness. The intent of this one-color design was maybe to emphasize that the car is designed for one purpose only: outright speed. And what better way to show off its speed than at the 2024 Goodwood Festival of Speed? For those who don't know, the Goodwood Festival of Speed is, well, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. A festival with things that get up to ridiculous speeds. It takes place annually in England and features various types of shows and exhibitions, a forest rally stage, and the main attraction, the hill climb. That event is where the Project Midnight WRX plays second to a Ford van. No, not that one, this one. An all-electric Supervan. Although it's called a van, it really isn't one. It looks like the front of a new bullet train. The Batmobile WRX finished with a time of 46.07 seconds, whereas the Supervan had it beat at 43.98 seconds. Second place is obviously not ideal, but considering that the Supervan had 1400 horsepower and was based on a Pikes Peak hill climb van, the WRX attempt was gallant to say the least. In my opinion, there should be two different hill climb races, one for the internal combustion cars and one for EVs, just because EVs will continue to get faster and faster and it may take away from the excitement of competition. For instance, the hill climb record holder is an insane electric car called the McMurtry Sparling, which made it up the hill in just a little over 39 seconds in 2023. The only reason why it didn't race again in 2024 is because the event organizer didn't allow it. Not sure why, but I would guess that anything faster than 39 seconds could exceed the track limitations when it comes to spectator safety. But if it did race, it would beat the Subaru by nearly 7 seconds. So it's clear that EVs can and will go faster year after year, whereas gas-powered time attack cars will unfortunately lag behind, which in my opinion warrants the EVs to be in a hill climb record book separate from the rest. So in my book, Subaru wins it for the non-EV motorsport community. Anyways, the Project Midnight was quoted by Subaru to be the fastest WRX ever by Subaru Motorsport USA, as it pushes 670 brake horsepower and 680 pound-feet of torque, from a modified EJ20 that revs up to a glorious 9,500 RPM. Now, adding on the insane aero parts and the fact that this car just weighs shy of 2,500 pounds makes you wonder how it couldn't be the fastest WRX ever to take on this hill climb. But it isn't. That title goes to a WRX hatchback named much less intimidating than Project Midnight. It's called the Gobstopper 2. Gobstopper is a name of a candy jawbreaker, but perhaps it's supposed to mean jaw-dropping in this instance. Don't be fooled by its Charlie and the Chocolate Factory name though, as it did the same hill climb back in 2015 with a time of 44.91 seconds, faster than the Subaru Motorsport USA's fastest WRX. Now, I know there are a lot of factors that change the overall time, like road conditions, weather, so on and so forth, but it is still interesting to note that nearly a decade ago, another WRX thrashed this track and had a faster time. Minivans were not as fast back then as they are now, so this Gobstopper WRX won the hill climb back-to-back in 2015 and 2016, showing its dominance and the potency of the WRX platform in motorsport. And I figured with all the praise the Project Midnight WRX is getting, it would be a good idea to look back in time and pay homage to the original Subaru WRX that conquered the mighty Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb. The Gobstopper 2 was made by a company called Roger Clark Motorsport, or RCM, based in the UK. Roger Clark is a well-known name in the rally world. He signed on with Ford Europe in 1966 and continued to race with them until 1979. His most notable achievement with Ford was in 1976, where he claimed top spot at the WRC Wales Rally GB event, which made him the first British driver to win a WRC event. Near the end of his career, Roger raced a Group N Subaru Impreza WRX, where he participated in 5 events, with no podiums to note, but this experience created strong connections to the Subaru WRC ProDrive team, which eventually came into good use for the Gobstopper 2, as the Gobstopper 2 was actually the last WRX shell ProDrive ever prepared for the WRC. In 1998, Roger unfortunately passed away, but his legacy was passed on to his two sons, Oliver and Matt. Oliver, or better known as Ollie, became an accomplished rally driver, participating in the FIA Cup for production cars, but more importantly, teamed up with his brother Matt, who became the chief engineer of Roger Clark Motorsport, which is the family-owned tuning company that Roger started in the mid-1990s. This brotherly partnership paved the way for the Gobstopper story, which started when they competed with the original Gobstopper, the Gobstopper 1. Based on a two-door GC8, this tarmac shredding Subi was designed to do what all Roger Clark Motorsport Gobstoppers do best, be the fastest on track. Powered by a heavily modified EJ20, pushing an eye-watering 915 brake horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, this WRC-ready Impreza proved its worth by winning 10 of the best, or TOTB, back-to-back in 2007, 2008, and 2009. And it also had back-to-back wins for the UK Time Attack Pro in 2008 and 2009. So the Gobstopper name already had awards and accolades attached to it. The Gobstopper 2 had a hard act to follow, but Ollie and Matt had the experience now under their belt to take the Gobstopper legacy to new heights. As mentioned before, the Gobstopper 2 started off its life as a WRC shell from ProDrive, which is a company that has a lot of experience with fast Subaru WRXs. Now, to turn this shell into a turnkey Subaru legend, RCM called upon another motorsport company that provides aero and body parts for Formula 1, called KS Composites. The body panels are all made out of carbon fiber, just like the Project Midnight, and to ensure all the aero bits worked as it should, the car was brought to a full-scale aerodynamic wind tunnel, the Hariba Mira Wind Tunnel facility. Before we move on, let's take a quick second to appreciate this massive wang. It's almost cartoonish of how massive it is compared to the rest of the car. Under the hood is of course the EJ20, closely derived from the Gobstopper 1. It has a WRC surplus intake manifold, where a nitrous shot kit sits on top of for extra fast and furious points. In the corner sits a massive turbo that looks fitting for any snail enthusiast. This little 2-liter pushes 880 horsepower and 670 pound-feet of torque at the flywheel, which is estimated to be around 750 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque at the wheels. Inside the cabin, everything is catered specifically for the pilot of this winged beast. A Kevlar Recaro seat keeps him snug, while the simple 3-spoke carbon steering wheel keeps the car point and shoot ready. Overall, the Gobstopper 2 has all the function and form of a hill climb champion, and its wins at Goodwood are wins for the Subaru community that will go down in history. The Gobstopper 2 was the last Subaru WRX that topped the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb charts, but with the introduction of the Project Midnight from Subaru Motorsport USA, I am hopeful that a Subaru will top the charts once again. On that note, what do you guys think about both cars? Which one do you like more? I love the looks of the Project Midnight, and although it doesn't have a FA24 under the hood, I appreciate that the body is based off a VB WRX. On the other hand, the Gobstopper 2 has deep connections to the Subaru WRC team, and seeing a family-owned tuning company put Subaru on a pedestal is quite impressive. Anyways, that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.